guys, welcome to Irene Torok Art. I'm a 30-something Hungarian living in Australia, and I create medium to large scale oil paintings. I'm self-taught. I love surrealism more than anything, but I do a little bit of portraiture, realism. I sort of dabble, but it's mainly with oils. That is my passion. I have a chronic illness called Crohn's disease. I've been battling that for close to 2 decades now. Because of that, I've had some pretty major surgeries in the past. I just had one quite recently, July of this year. I've had 5 full open surgeries where they pull my bowels out and they cut bits and pieces out and they rejoin it, and I've had ileostomy, colostomy, reversal. I've really been through the ringer with Crohn's, but despite that, I've worked, studied on and off, and turned my passion of painting, which was a hobby that started by creating an artwork for my mum, into a career as such, and selling them, creating commissions for people. At the moment there's a fine dining restaurant that displays some of my work, and yeah, I now do this as a full-time career as such. So before my brushes with death with Crohn's disease, I was a fine dining chef. So that was my career. I had a little girl called Jasmine 19 years ago. But for most of her life I was a single parent. 12 years I spent on and off with her father, sort of coming and going from our lives. And then more recently I met the man that I'm going to marry, that I'm now engaged to, called Jason. And he's now stepped into the father figure role with Jasmine, and he's wonderful to her. She's the best daughter you could ever ask for, by the way. So that's my home life. To garden, I've got a veggie garden of my own. Obviously I still love cooking, so I try and create healthy, well-balanced meals, but I mean I love to fry things as well, so there's that. But love food, love to eat well. We all have to eat, may as well enjoy it. Before my first major surgery of Crohn's, I was running a kitchen in St Kilda, which was kind of more a bistro style scene after my fine dining days. And Jasmine started prep, so this is going back about 15 years ago that I finished up cooking professionally and just took to being a home cook. And I have this little home cook album that I've been sort of running online for a few years, which I'll maybe add some healthy, really great tasting meals in these videos, like 1 a week or something like that. I don't know, I haven't really thought that far. Another thing about me, I absolutely love hiking. Every now and then I have to take myself out in nature and just remember what a beautiful world we're living in. Love waterfalls, love rainforests, anything tropical. So we do go hiking quite often. Originally it was just Jasmine and I. Obviously now I go with Jason as well. Sometimes we might travel away for a few days and just do like some mountain hiking or anything with a waterfall. I'm happy to go and hike too. When the weather allows, which in Australia we're pretty lucky. We have quite good weather. Even though we're not in the tropical part of Australia, we're closer to down the bottom, so it's not as warm all year. But it's certainly good enough weather to go hiking almost all year long. So I love doing that. And we're also lucky enough to be able to go on holidays for places like Queensland, which are the actual tropics. It's like a tropical paradise. Or in various directions. We're very close to the Great Ocean Road, which most people know about in Australia, the 12 Apostles. So we drive down there quite regularly. One of my favourite little towns is Lorne. I absolutely love Lorne, and there's so many waterfalls surrounding the area, and love to just drive down there, have a nice lunch, go for a nice hike all afternoon, or even just pack a picnic and go and picnic by a waterfall. Like, there's just nothing better. It's just the best, the best. I also have a cat named Kimber. She is our little fur baby who we absolutely adore. And we have had dogs in the past. Where we're living now, we don't have a dog. I was going to get my daughter a dog, actually, Jasmine, when she finished year 12, because she's taking a couple gap years and not doing uni straight away. She wants to go back to uni or college and become a primary school teacher later on, but she's taking a couple gap years. She's working in a jewelry store, which is fantastic because she brings me home a bunch of jewelry and she gets 50% off, so we've got a lot of jewelry between us. And now Jasmine will be getting a kitten of her own shortly. So we'll have 2 cats in the house. Absolutely love cats. Cat person 100%, but I do love dogs. I'm not one of those that hates dogs. So besides my Crohn's disease, I also suffer with depression, which is so common now. It's like 1 in 4 people or something like that. And yes, I take antidepressants for them. I know that's quite controversial because some people like going the natural route and all that, and more power to you if that works for you or anyone you know. I personally benefit from being on antidepressants. I deal with my depression quite well, but there have been periods throughout my life where my depression was playing up really badly. I like to try and be health conscious. I used to worry a lot about my weight. I'm actually carrying a bit of extra weight right now. I was always quite skinny, and not necessarily due to the Crohn's disease, which does play a part in how much you can eat and all of that. But for me, it's mainly being health conscious and not wanting to gain weight. I'm not as worried about that in recent years. With my health, there was risks of kidney failure and various things because I wasn't absorbing things well enough, and I've had doctors say to me, you need to just eat. It doesn't matter as long as you're eating a bit of everything. So I don't worry about my weight as much now. But when I'm being more health conscious, I'd love to do a bit of Pilates and things like that. It's just getting into a routine of doing that on a day-to-day basis I've never been good with. I wish I was one of these people that went for a jog 3 times a week, and like I get up and every morning I do like my yoga and all that. I mean, I love Pilates if anything in the morning, but a lot of mornings it just doesn't happen. I'm not a morning person. I get up and I need coffee and I need to just wake up in my own time. So that's something that I'm working on, and I hope to do more of. A bit of Pilates and integrating sort of more walks. I mean, we're so close to a beach that why don't I go for a bit of a jog or a walk down a beach, you know? But anyway, we'll see. We'll try and get there with that. Being health conscious, I do create a variety of dishes that can be considered as quite diet friendly meals, but then I always add a carb with it, where it's, you know, rice or pasta or potatoes or a bread form of something, but it can be Mexican, Italian. Obviously I cook a lot of Hungarian food, being from Hungary. I was actually born in Hungary. I was 9 years old when I came to Australia, with an abusive stepfather, which is a whole other story. But now my mum, my sister, and my brother and I, my brother was actually born here, my sister and I were born overseas. And we live here, as well as my cousin has also moved to Australia since, with her husband and 2 children. So small family, small knit family. But I cook a lot of Hungarian food, being Hungarian. I do try and experiment with other things and try and make a lot of those things quite health conscious and balanced. But like I said, I love fried food and things like that. Each week I plan to post about a painting I'm doing, so get a large scale painting done a week. In general it takes me about a week to 2 weeks depending on the size, and sort of the process that goes into that, in amongst other things that are going on in life.
Yeah, and I don't think they ever stop, but there's important ones to have before. And before I get there, I think there was one thing about the that I wanted to mention about polyamory is that it's not that basically there's no external shell that's going to solve.
We're going to ask her what she loves, what she hates, what she wants more of. She's the boss. We have got to know what she needs and wants, that we can build the best company we can build. Not knowing.
What makes humans so different than other organisms is the self-conscious or conscious mind, because it's creative. It has imagination.
And throughout my days, it just depends. I might be running just to work down a freeway, 20 minutes away and back. I might have some catch-ups or anything like that. And if not, then the rest of the time I'm pretty much painting. This time of day where I get really, really good light in the painting room studio, which hopefully we're going to buy a house in coming months, and I'll have a proper studio space instead of just a bedroom as a studio, even though it serves its purpose. It has everything I need, but it'll be nice to have a little bit more room and not a room filled with my paintings. So as far as the paintings in the coming weeks, usually I sketch something on paper just as an idea of what I'm going to paint, and then 90% of the time it's all just from my imagination. And sometimes I might have a sort of a sketch on the canvas with some paint though, as an underpainting, but most of the time I just go at the canvas with a big brush and some turpentine, and I get turpentine everywhere. I love it. It's the best part, starting a new canvas. So as I'm sort of painting throughout the week, I'll film snippets of the painting from start to finish as I insert some other things that might be happening that week, whether it's organising, anything, hikes, etc. As I said, all the likes and interests and things like that. And cocktail time. I don't drink often, maybe once a week or special occasions. But yeah, being a Hungarian in the family, we have had many drinking occasions. In Europe, people tend to drink quite a bit, but I sort of, once a week, if that. But on a nice sunny day, beautiful cocktail, nothing better. Nice glass of wine with a really nice meal, beautiful. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you will join me on this art journey of creating paintings week by week and various other things that might be going on in life, hikes, whether the topic that week is organising certain things, or like Christmas, which is not now 2 weeks away, or whatever I might be doing. I might film here or there, so that it's not just staring at a canvas the whole video. I hope you'll join me in future videos, and thank you very much for watching. See you guys.